The month of October, so this is a very special month, right?
Yes, it's a very special month.
It's a very special month. So no official opening yet. Chicken Slice. His name is Tavaziva K. What does the K stand for?
The K stands for Kuda Kwashe.
Not Kudzai.
No, it's Kuda Kwashe.
His name is Tavaziva Kuda Clinton, and he is a stand-up comedian born on the 22nd of October. Let's talk about that. I know that you have a nice story to share with us. What's the funniest thing about you?
Well, basically, the funniest thing about me would be the fact that I was born in Gweru.
Born in Gweru?
I was born in Gweru. I grew up in Mashingo, and then I can say that I lived in Harare for most of my teenage life. And then I did the final stage of my high school in Kwekwe. And I've been to a total of 15 schools. That's including primary and high school, excluding the nursery schools.
Right.
I don't know at this point.
All right.
I don't really know at this point if I'm right.
Wow. He is our drive time star today on the 326 Express as we take radio to the people, courtesy of Chicken Slice, hashtag the official opening of the drive-thru. Now, let's talk about comedy in Zimbabwe. How do you see comedy in Zimbabwe, and where do you think we are? How do you rate us in Africa?
Well, I think comedy in Zimbabwe, we've managed to produce some of the best comedians locally. You talk of Kao Joshua New, you talk of Long John, you talk of Dog Fikela, you talk of Clive Chibubu. They've been a mainstay on the African comedy scene, and it's now growing to the new youngins, and that's where we come in. And you've also had the Simco Comedy partnership with several funders and other companies where they're trying to bring out the next young people. And they've been doing a lot. You've got the top comic that's coming in through Shoko Festival. You've got the Simca Futi comedy competition that's coming very soon. And they're trying to tap into their new talent because, well, it's a growing industry now in Zimbabwe. And you can tell that young guys are coming in. They're coming in hard.
So can you say that you're happy with where we are? I can hear you say that it's a growing industry, so growth is good, right?
Yeah, it's definitely good. I'll tell you this. I started doing comedy in 2017, and when I started doing comedy, there was not even a single comedy platform for a new comic to perform in. I had to do open mics just to get known, because no one really cared at that time. But now with Simca Comedy coming in and doing all these partnerships, you get comedy gigs that's specifically for comedy. And new talent gets to shine through the open mic platform.
Now, as a comedian, what's your strength? Because a lot of people actually pick certain themes to go with, or certain topics that they feel, if I talk about race, I think this will make people laugh. Some love to talk about relationships, create jokes out of, relationship issues and things like that. So what's your strength as a comedian?
I think my strength basically has to revolve around what I just told you. I've been through a lot of backgrounds growing up. And so my strength is that I can compare the two different backgrounds. Because I've stayed in Proto, I've stayed in Budiriro.
Sure.
That's me. I've stayed in Mashingo, I've stayed in Blawayo. So that's So I know the different backgrounds that link to all these things, and I managed to tap into that and make it funny. I think that's my greatest strength.
What can you tell us about Mashingo?
Well, Mashingo, I'll tell you one thing. The first time I left Mashingo coming to Harare was with my uncle. And then when we were by Buma, my uncle said to me, and it was only until I was 4 that I didn't know Majarina. And it was an answer that I always wrote in high school, Majarina mind in Buma.
And Kumbuma Munoana Futi Chicken Slice. So nice one. His name is Tavaziva. And who named you? Who gave you this name?
Tavaziva is actually my last name. And at first I started doing comedy as Psycho Crisis. I think every time everyone asks me about my real name, I'll tell them that I'm Tavaziva. And everyone would ask me, are you related to Von Tavaziva? That made it very funny for me because I'm not related to Von Tavaziva in any way. But I got to tap into his popularity and look where I am. I'm on starfm with KVG.
I love that. His name is Tavaziva Kudakwashe Clinton, and he is our drive time star on the show today. And feel free to just come through. Remember, it's all about Chicken Slice, hashtag that delicious slice of the day. And and it's the official opening, and I see a lot of cars. Just feel free to wave and say, hi, KVG, I see you. Yes, wave, wave, wave. Let's make it happen. We are super excited. This is the day that we get to officially launch and open our doors. Well, we don't have doors per se, but we open our drive-through.
Yeah, I think we open our
we open our drive-through. But yeah, literally opening our doors as well, because you can always get inside and also get to check out what we have in the shop. So listen, Taraziva, who inspires you as a comedian? I know that there are a lot of people out there that you can actually say, I look forward to ABC, but if you were to just share with someone who's listening right now.
Well, basically, I would say that on the international scene, I think the guy that motivated me the most would be Kate Williams. I grew up with a mom and dad that were big stand-up comedy fans, and they would watch stand-up comedy on their DVDs. They would go for stand-up comedy and watch Van Edgar Langeveld, Van Michael K, Van Carl Joshua, and they never took me to stand-up comedy shows because they felt I was too young at that time for the obscenity of it. Yeah. But, well, they left a star at that moment, because now look at where I am. I've shared a stage with Michael K. I've shared a stage with Carl Joshua. Wow. I've shared a stage with Dr. Kayla. Wow. I've shared a stage with Chigupu. And it's only now that they realize that maybe they left the star at home. But I think I've been motivated by Kate Williams internationally, and I've been motivated by Edgar Langeveld locally. And you can also bring in all those other names, because stand-up comedy has been a huge part of me growing up.
Fantastic. And do you think you can act? Because I've seen that most stand-up comedians are now getting into, film, movies and things like that. Do you think that you can actually multitask and actually venture into film?
Well, I have tried acting, and I'll tell you this. I can't say I'm bad at it. At the same time, I can't say I'm good at it. I'm in the middle, but I'm trying to learn my craft. But I still believe that my major strength will always be stand-up comedy, because it is what I've grown up and it is what I've inspired to do, and I've been doing this for quite a long time. Actually, I've just started. The first time they don't try to come here.
And you're not supposed to look into the camera.
You're not supposed to look into the camera.
You're acting, so you're supposed to act natural. I would love to ask you this. What happens if you throw a joke?
It has happened with me before. I've thrown a joke and people don't laugh at all. I think it just has to do that. People need to start respecting you in the industry. Because when you start, what comedians do when you start is that this thing that they call the deep end. So if it's always a comedy show and you're the new guy, it's automatic you're opening the show. Now when you're opening the show, people are still settling in. I'm not even into the show. So you have to be extra good to grab their attention. And sometimes if you're not good enough, you don't grab their attention at all.
Sure.
But that toughens you up, because you learn that every joke is funny. Just how you say it and how you present it. So every time that people don't laugh at my joke, I go back home, I rewrite it, I invest more in it, I make sure it's funny the next time.
Hey, but in the moment, I used
to do that. I had one of the jokes that would always make me bounce back. And that joke was called, come on guys, please laugh, I'm only 19. And I was 21 at that time.
I think that's a good one. His name is Taraziva Kudakwashe Clinton, and he is our Drive Time star today as we celebrate the official opening of Chicken Slice Drive-Thru, Konakok Road and Leopold Takawira Avenue. Feel free to come through and check us out. Just wave, say hi, and we have a massive giveaway. So how do we link up with you just to follow the action and keep up with the good work that you're doing?
Well, I think, first of all, the things that you could do to link up with me would be go on the Sumka comedy pages, be it Facebook, be it YouTube, and they're always posting if I'm on a show, they always post my poster there. Then the second thing that you could do is look for me on my own social media handles, and those are Kudakwashe Clinton Tawazia. That's for Facebook, that's for Instagram, that's for Likey, that's for TikTok, that's for everywhere.
I like it. Who dressed you today?
Unfortunately, I made this by myself. I had to pay a few bucks. Well, someone did it for me, but it's something that I had in mind because I watched
the design.
The design.
Oh,
I
nice.
watched Dave Chappelle do something like this exactly.
I love it. It's very nice, very creative. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Nice one. So you can link up with him on social media. It's #LaughOutLouder, and this is how we shut it down.
of life. I'm in that state whereby every girl I try to ask out, they always ask me, what do you do for a living? Yet they don't understand that Zimbabwe is over 90% unemployment rate, and yet they expect me to be doing something. But while I met this girl, fine as well, her name was Tadiwa, we went out. She was from uptown in Cape, so she was always taking me out and stuff. And it was sweet until we broke up. So when we broke up, she looked at me and she's like, you know what, Kuda, this is not working at all. I was like, but why do you say it's not working? She's like, you're broke. I'm not gonna marry. I'm not gonna go to Mubatsram life, mom. I was like, but baby, but you don't know because I understand and quite so people but also it's nice to do Naganaka same way or no dom Nanima. Then she was like, Shamar, but understand this. I'm beautiful on the inside. I have a beautiful heart, a beautiful soul, beautiful everything on the inside, and beauty lies on the inside. I was like, baby. I'm also rich on the inside.
Oh, no.
I have a rich heart, a rich soul, a rich mind. I was like, okay. But then, because I think the state I'm in is very bad. As you can see, I've got dreadlocks. And because I have dreadlocks, it's a challenge for me. I'll give you a very good example. One day, I was in town and ended up in a bit of Marekombi. For the fact you're in a bit of Marekombi now, ndasvika pakomuna jamani ndoda kuendawo kumabhandabiro mareko then conductor angu nditarisa zvikanzi pana rasta watobhema hako cherengika yeah manje nhasi uchienda kumba netsoka.
A special shout out going out to Tamaziva Kudakwashe Clinton, our drive time star for today. Hashtag laugh out louder as we shut down the theme on a Thursday. In the month of October, so this is a very special month, right?
Yes, it's a very special month.
It's a very special month. So no official opening yet. Chicken slice. His name is Tamaziva K. What does the K stand for?
The K stands for Kudakwashe.
Not Kudzai.
No, it's Kudakwashe.
His name is Tamaziva Kudakwashe.